What's up guys? Today we're going to be covering a very integral part of your karate training, and that is the low kick. Okay, the low kick is one of my favorite kicks, if not my favorite kick, and it's one of the kicks that I expect most, if not all of our students to become very proficient in. There are many different ways to throw this kick, whether you're in a sideways stance, a more MMA longer stance, or even if you're in a very upright stance. We're going to be delving into the stances a bit later on, but today we're going to go through the 4 main ways to throw this low kick and how you can use it with a partner or against an opponent. Okay, I hope you enjoy. Okay, so the first thing that I've done is I've laid my belt down on the floor. This is just to demonstrate where your foot position should be when you are throwing the low kick. Now when you start, I want you to stand with one foot on either side. Remember that our fighting stance is never square like this, okay? It's always one on this side, one on the other side. You can fight like this, but for the sake of throwing a low kick, you have to step off and create this more parallel stance anyway. So I'm going to be starting from this position, okay? There's 3 ways to throw the basic low kick, which we're going to talk about first. First way is just to throw it out in front. So I'm starting from the side and I'm coming round a little bit, and it's coming in a center line with this belt. Okay, I'm not putting a lot of pivot on my supporting leg because it's usually to set up a different punch. Okay, one more time. We throw the kick out. I'm keeping my hands up at all times, and we can follow up with a punch combination, maybe step forward and throw an elbow afterwards as well. Okay, the second way to throw a kick now is to take a little step forward to cover the distance, and now I'm on the ball of my foot, so I pivot round slightly, then throw the low kick out into the middle still. Okay, so we're standing on a very straight line, we're not stepping off yet. Step forward, pivot, and kick. And then back into my stance, making sure I'm staying on that straight line. Okay, the third way, now we're getting to step off. We're stepping off to the left, which is very common because we're evading our opponent's cross. Remember, if you watched our slipping or head movement video, when we are dodging or slipping a cross, we are moving to our left and we're taking that step. Now it makes sense why I took that step in the video. It's not just to move out of the way. We take a step, we slip that cross, and now we can get more power into our round kick or low kick. One more time, we step off. I've pivoted at the same time. You can step off like this and then pivot and cross, but I like to make it flow and make it a bit quicker, so I pivot and step at the same time, then I throw that low kick out. You see, as I threw that low kick, I crossed that line. Okay? So you can attack more onto the top of the thigh of your opponent. It will hurt a lot more, and that's what we're looking for at the end of the day. Okay, and the 4th way to throw this low kick using our belt, we're going to step off to my right this time. So the first way was to move out of the way of a cross. Now this way will be to slip a jab. Okay, and because I've stepped, I'm a bit more square now. I need to pull this leg to follow with me. If I leave it behind, it's going to look like this. Okay, you see how I had to balance, I had to move my head back here, balance myself, and then kick. That's not good. So what we're going to do is step off, follow this leg here, bring it with us, then kick round. Okay, so we have 4 different kicks. The first 2 on a straight center line. 1, step forward, pivot. 2, the 3rd kick, step off, move your head out of the way, then kick. Okay, and the 4th and final one is we step off and then kick. Okay, now we're going to go through it with a partner. Alright guys, now I'm with Mohammad Hassan. We're going to be demonstrating some partner drills so you can practice this low kick at home. If you don't have access to a big pad, then you can use your partner's legs. Make sure to wear your leg pads, okay, so you don't hurt each other. Shins can be very strong. When you are kicking, guys, don't aim towards the calf and don't aim towards his hip. Aim nice in the middle, stay away from his knee because that hurts. When you're training, aim straight towards the thigh, okay? It's the fleshiest part of the leg. It won't hurt your opponent then. Alright, so the first kick that we're going to go through is I'm staying on the same line. and we're going to have that setup kick, okay? So I'm not pivoting that much, just throwing the leg out, just testing the waters maybe to see what he does, whether he moves back or whether he lifts his leg up to check. So we're just throwing nice setup kick. The whole time, guys, we'll keep my hands up. Don't kick like this, okay? Keep the hand up. You can shoot your hand in front of you as you kick, okay? Or you can just keep it by your face, throw a setup kick. Alright, that's the first one. The second one we're going to go through is when we step forward and now we can pivot. So a bit further away, we get a bit more power into this kick. Still testing the waters, not delivering a big blow. We step forward and pivot, and then we kick. Okay, one more time, step forward, pivot, and then we kick. Okay, that's the second one. Very, very quick, it doesn't take very long to go through them. The third kick is we're stepping off. So remember, I'm slipping my opponent's cross, I'm stepping off to the side, stepping off and pivot, then I low kick, okay? One more, and low kick. One more time, low kick, okay? It's very important, guys, that when you're using the setup kick, try not to attack mainly with your foot. So if you saw that I'm landing with my foot and my shin, okay? The whole part of the bottom of my leg. Try to land like that, or if you can, mainly with your shin. Use the setup kick, test the waters, see where you're landing, then you can step off and deliver a much stronger kick. Okay, and now the last, fourth and final kick, we're going to be stepping off to the side, moving out of the way, keeping my hands up so I don't get countered, then we kick afterwards. Okay, it's very important that you keep your hands up the entire time as you're kicking and when you're landing. Okay, we're going to go through two more exercises now. Okay guys, now we're going to go through two different setups so you can make sure that your low kick really lands on your opponent. Okay, the two things that you have to worry about when your opponent is blocking or checking, okay, is that if they've got not enough weight on the front leg, then lift up to check. Or if they're very quick and you don't set up or bait enough, then your opponent is going to move out of the way of the low kick, okay? So there's two drills that you can do. First one is drawing your opponent closer to you, okay? We like to stand in the pocket here and trade a little bit, but I'm going to move back now to make sure my opponent comes forward, and as he's taken that step, he's got that weight on the front leg, and I'll be able to kick down and score that kick, which is what I want. Okay, I'm going to step back first. As my opponent steps forward, I throw the kick. Okay, it's a shorter kick if you want. You can step back in to deliver a stronger kick, but we'll just have the shorter kick to start with. So I'm going to step back, my opponent's going to step at the same time and kick. One more. I'm going to step back, my opponent's going to step forward and kick. You can do this variation by stepping off towards your left, slipping the cross and kicking, or you can lead them towards your right and kick as well. Right, we'll do that in another video where we're showing combinations and actually using leg pads. Okay, that's the first way. The second way is we're going to start a bit closer together. I'm going to make sure that my partner doesn't have enough time to go back fully and commit with that check. Okay, so the first one was he had too much weight on his front leg from moving back, or moving forward, sorry. Now he's going to be moving back, not enough time for him to lift his leg up, and I'm going to deliver the chop. Okay, so I'm going to step forward in, and then I kick. I try and kick before he's got enough time to put his weight onto the back leg. Okay, one more. I'm going to step forward and kick. That was good because he was hesitant and he didn't get out of the way quick enough, which is what we want. Alright guys, and that was the first video on the low kick. Okay, there's a few things that you need to remember. The first thing is making sure that you do pivot your foot. Okay, you can see my hip a little bit. Make sure you pivot round before you deliver the kick. The problem comes when we're trying to give power into the kick. We're not twisting our body, so there's not going to be any power there. Alright, remember also to keep your hands up. Keep your hands by your face or throw your hand out. Okay, always use a partner. I find that when kicking and practicing these drills specifically, it's always good to have a partner with you, and if you are partnering up, please wear gloves and leg pads. Alright, don't forget guys, I don't want any injuries. Okay, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Peace.